2 minutes left. Archangel Michael says, "Beloved, I had to beg heaven to give me this chance. I only get to whisper to you once, and that moment is now. Your name was spoken in the halls of light. A secret courier is already on their way. And if you don't listen, something sacred will be lost." Michael says, "Don't you feel it, the pull, like something is about to touch your life in a way it never has before? Listen to me. Don't scroll. Don't blink. Not even for a second. Because something divine is on your doorstep. And if you miss it, heaven won't be able to knock again. That's how rare this moment is. Something is coming. And it's not just a message. It's a piece of your destiny wrapped in something that looks ordinary on the outside, but inside it carries a truth that will shake you to your core." Archangel Michael is saying this now with urgency, with tears in his voice. "I've tried every possible way to reach you, through dreams, through numbers, through signs you didn't know were signs. But now, this is it. You were chosen to receive something sacred. And heaven is giving you one final window, 2 minutes, and then this chance may vanish forever. Your heart is already racing. That's not random. That's your soul recognizing something it's been waiting for. A divine courier is coming. Not dressed like an angel, no, but carrying a message that only you were supposed to see. And once you open it, something you've been asking for secretly will begin to unfold in ways no one around you could ever predict." But Archangel Michael says, "Child, please don't just hear me. Feel me. This is not about religion. This is about your soul. It's about timing. You prayed for this moment. Yes, you did. Even if you don't remember. And heaven wrote it down. Sparkles, if your heart is telling you this message is for you, then type 'I am ready' in the comments." Archangel Michael sees every soul who listens. Now breathe. Listen. Heaven moves silently but quickly. And Michael is trying to protect you from something coming your way, something disguised as normal, but it's not. There are conversations being held about you behind closed doors. Your name is in places your feet haven't walked into yet. And Michael wants to make sure when the knock comes, you are awake to open the door. But be warned, the courier won't stay long. It's not a person who will wait. It's a moment, a vibration, a sudden call, a text, a gut instinct that pulls you out of nowhere. That's it. That's the courier. And if you miss it, heaven will have to send your blessing to someone else. Yes, that's how serious this is. Michael says, this blessing was originally written for you. Your name was engraved in light on the scroll. But heaven cannot force you to receive. It must be opened willingly. And child, I want you to hear this loud and clear. This is not a test. This is a sacred offer. A divine package is already halfway between heaven and your doorstep. But Michael needs your attention. Not next week. Not tomorrow. Now, every word you're reading is synchronized. You weren't supposed to see this earlier. You weren't supposed to find it later. This is the moment. That's why it feels so different. That's why your spirit is trembling. It recognizes truth. Even as you read this, Archangel Michael is standing over your house. Yes. Right now. That chill in your skin, that pause in your breath, that's not fear. That's alignment. He's guarding you, but he's also watching to see if you'll take the invitation or skip it like last time. Yes, last time. Do you remember when you saw a sign and ignored it? When something told you to stop and listen, but you kept scrolling. Heaven cried that day because it could have all changed. But now God is giving you a final override, a final divine override. Will you use it? The courier is not bringing just any message. It's carrying the yes you've been begging the universe for. The miracle you thought was delayed. It's been redirected to this very moment. That's why Michael is saying you must open. Now, Michael says, don't let your doubt rob you of what's already yours. Because the truth is what's coming is already in motion. It's not something you need to earn. It's something you've already attracted through your pain, your patience, your prayers. In the middle of nights when no one even knew you were awake, you pulled heaven closer without even realizing it. You cried in silence, but heaven heard the volume. You thought God forgot you, but he was building something in the dark. And Michael, he's been fighting for you. Yes, actually fighting spiritually with forces that didn't want this message to reach you. That's why the delivery is so late. The enemy tried to block this message 18 times. But it still found you because light cannot be stopped. And now Michael says with such divine intensity, beloved, you are 2 minutes away from turning your entire fate around. Yes, 2 minutes. That's it. Heaven doesn't wait forever. Miracles aren't delayed, they're decided. And this moment right now is where your decision lives. You don't have to see the whole path. You don't need to understand every step. All you need to do is say yes. Open this spiritually. Open it emotionally because what's inside is an inheritance of peace, provision, and purpose. And my child, when heaven places an inheritance of peace, provision, and purpose before you, it also provides a path to help you receive it with faith, wisdom, and confidence. My child, I see the struggle you have been facing, the stress about finances, the silent worries that stay in your heart, and the moments where you feel uncertain about what comes next. You have been asking for peace, and that answer is already on its way. You are not meant to stay stuck in fear, you are meant to walk forward with purpose, with faith, and with clear steps every day. That is why a simple system has been placed in front of you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system, a path where each day brings you a focused prayer, a small financial action, and clear direction to help you move ahead. No pressure, no confusion, just steady progress toward peace and stability. If something inside you feels ready, if you are ready to change your situation, take that first step today. This could be the moment your life begins to change. You will find the link in the description, and in the comments below. Because the blessings prepared for you are not received through fear or hesitation, but through faithful steps taken when heaven opens the door. Your name is on it. And if you hesitate, it will be given to someone else. Not as punishment, but because the timing cannot wait. Michael whispers. You've already missed too many messages. Don't miss this one. And that's why this moment feels holy, because it is. Everything around you may feel ordinary, but this message, this is heaven crashing into earth just for you. Envelope with arrow midway message. If your heart is burning, if something inside you feels like it's finally waking up, then stop everything and subscribe now so you never miss another message heaven tries to send you. Don't skip your soul. Don't skip your sign. There's something you need to know about the courier. It's not dressed in gold. It's quiet, unexpected. It may be a message from someone you haven't heard from in months, or a dream that keeps repeating. It may be a number that follows you, a name you hear in your sleep, a stranger who says something that stops you in your tracks. Whatever it is, Michael says you'll know. And if you open it, your entire direction will shift. What you were worrying about will disappear like it was never there. That's how big this is. That's how urgent it is. Do you know why Michael was assigned to you? Because your purpose is protected. The enemy has tried to confuse you with doubt, with delays, with people who hurt you and never apologized. But heaven knew you would survive. Heaven knew you would still listen when the real message came. And child, this is the real message. Someone is already preparing to meet you with a divine opportunity. They don't even know why you're on their mind. But it's because the courier is influencing people's hearts. Yes, heavenly alignment is already happening. And Michael says, you must be ready. You must be spiritually awake. Because if you're not, the miracle will knock and think you're not home. Don't miss the knock. Don't miss the moment. Don't miss your divine signature arriving in disguise. You don't need to chase anyone. You don't need to beg anymore. Your spirit has already spoken louder than your words. And God heard every cry. He assigned Michael to you, not to punish you, but to remind you, you are more loved than you know. And this was never about being perfect. This was always about being chosen. Chosen to receive this moment. Chosen to wake up. Chosen to walk through a divine doorway that will never open again. So hear this now. Your timeline is bending in your favor. But only if you allow it. Michael says, if you reject this moment, your path will still go on. But this version, the one with miracles, with restoration, with divine reunion, will return to heaven. Your miracle was scheduled for today, right now. That's why this found you. And if your soul is trembling, that's confirmation. Don't silence that feeling. That is the divine stirring your core. Now, lean in. You've been manipulated by people who wanted to keep you distracted so you'd miss your blessing. That's why so much confusion has hit you lately. But heaven is clearing the noise right now. Michael has cut through the fog. And this is your rescue call. This is your angel standing in front of your door holding what the enemy tried to destroy. And what's inside? Peace. Justice, love that won't leave, favor that breaks generational curses, a realignment so divine that even the people who walked away from you will come back just to say, I didn't see who you really were. You don't need revenge. You need restoration. And that's what's inside this delivery. Michael says, this is the scroll with your next assignment. But it can only be activated through faith. Yes. Faith, not perfection. Just willingness. Just heart. Just one yes. One yes can move heaven. One yes can reverse a curse. One yes can send the secret courier directly to you with no detours. Michael says, don't let fear delay your yes again. Because every time you hesitated, the clock didn't stop. It kept ticking. You may not see it, but timelines are closing and opening around you. What feels like a delay to you is actually divine acceleration. What feels like silence is the gathering of angels behind the scenes preparing to release what belongs to you. But they can't release what you don't open. That's why he's begging. Now, this isn't just an invitation, beloved. It's a countdown. Right now, your house is not just a place. It's a portal. That's why lately you've been feeling strange energy shifts, like something is about to happen. You weren't imagining it. The air is heavier. The lights flicker. You feel tired, then suddenly awake for no reason. That's not random. That's preparation because the courier is almost here. Archangel Michael says they're closer than you know. They've already passed through 3 dimensions. Now they are feet from your door. And here's what's shocking. They're carrying something you lost years ago. Something you thought was gone forever. And God, being as merciful as He has told them, return it to my child. They're ready now. Ready? That's the word Michael keeps repeating. Ready? And you are, aren't you? Deep down. Tired of being confused. Tired of almost miracles. Tired of pain with no closure. Heaven has watched you endure. And now reward is finally moving. But beloved, there's something else. Michael says, the reason this blessing is sealed is because not everyone around you is meant to see it. That's why I warned you not to tell anyone. This message is coded and only your spirit can unlock it. There is someone in your life who wouldn't understand this. They would try to talk you out of it. That's why the courier was sent directly, not through them, not through logic, but through divine access. That's why your name is on this message alone, just yours. And God says, this moment is private because your next chapter is sacred. Michael continues, the moment you accept this message, the shift begins. People will start acting strange. Some will fall off. Some will reveal their true intentions. Let them. That's part of the delivery, too. It's not just a gift coming to you. It's truth being unveiled around you. You deserve to know what's real. And this is how heaven reveals it. By delivering a moment so undeniable, it shakes everything around it loose. Even now as you read this, something in your atmosphere is changing. Pay attention. You might feel heat in your chest, tears in your eyes, a chill across your skin. It's not the message, it's who sent it. Archangel Michael, assigned by God, fighting on your behalf, standing at the veil with your name written on a scroll that he is now unsealing. And beloved, what's written in that scroll? The real truth about who you are. The truth you forgot. The truth people tried to bury. The truth that makes heaven celebrate and hell tremble. The truth that says you are royalty, you are light and your time has come. Envelope with arrow. Remember, if you feel this message is your confirmation, don't keep it to yourself. Type 1 receive this in the comments right now. You claiming it out loud shifts the energy around you. Michael says there are only seconds left to choose. Why? Because your moment is colliding with manifestation. And if you're not present, it'll pass through like a wind, leaving nothing behind but regret. And heaven doesn't want you to feel regret anymore. You've done enough crying. You've done enough wondering if God still sees you. This message is your proof. Yes, you've always been seen. Always been chosen. Always been loved, but heaven needed you to be ready. And now you are. There's something else. The courier is not just bringing restoration. They're also collecting something. Yes, Michael says they are taking away the last remnants of the curse you've been carrying. The heaviness, the anxiety, the toxic soul ties. The fear, it ends here in this very moment. They're coming to deliver and to remove, to bless, and to cleanse. That's why it feels so intense because it is. You are being cleared. Your atmosphere is being washed. Your home is being marked. Your name is being rewritten in light. This is sacred. This is holy. Don't downplay what you're feeling right now. Don't call it just another video or just text on a screen. That would be like seeing a letter from heaven and tossing it in the trash. This is not just anything. This is everything. Michael says, this will be the moment you'll remember for the rest of your life. The moment you finally said yes to the divine, yes to healing, yes to truth, yes to spiritual gifts activating, yes to the real love, yes to what's meant for you. And the moment you do, the courier enters, right on time, with the miracle in hand. Archangel Michael says, the moment you open your heart, even just a crack, the courier will know. That's the signal. That's when they knock, not with fists, but with miracles. And don't expect a thunderstorm or a blinding light. Expect the opposite, the quiet moment, the still voice, that message that appears when you're just about to give up. That person you haven't heard from in ages suddenly saying your name. That strange dream that doesn't make sense yet refuses to leave your mind. Yes, that's the courier. Subtle, divine, silent but powerful. And once they arrive, they will not wait for you to debate. Michael says, you don't need more proof. You've already received it 100 times. You just didn't recognize it because it didn't come in the packaging you expected. And now this is your final reminder. Your miracle is not late. It's here. Waiting for your permission to enter. Michael whispers again. Tell them this is their final spiritual checkpoint. If they skip it, they will feel it. Because after this moment, the timeline splits. In one path, you accept it, you step forward, and heaven rushes in. In the other, you scroll, you skip, you say, maybe later, and the light slowly fades. Not out of punishment, but because heaven won't force a soul that won't open. Beloved, this is not the time to delay. You already know it. You've felt the tension. You've sensed the shifting. You've noticed the signs. Even if you haven't told anyone, Michael knows. God knows. You've been carrying something on your shoulders no one could see. But this is when you hand it over. This is when everything begins to feel lighter. The secret courier won't come in the form of drama or noise. No, they will come in peace. They are the embodiment of divine stillness. And when they arrive, you will remember who you are. Let me tell you what's inside the delivery because I know your spirit is aching to know. First, clarity. All the confusion you've been drowning in gone. You'll suddenly just know what's real, what's fake, who to trust, what to do. The fog will lift. And my child, when heaven begins lifting the fog and bringing clarity into your life, it also provides a path to help you move forward with faith, wisdom, and confidence. My child, I see the weight you have been carrying. The quiet worries about money, the stress you rarely speak about, the nights when your mind refuses to rest. You have been praying for peace, and your prayers have been heard. You are not meant to walk this journey in confusion and fear. You are meant to walk with faith, with clarity, and with daily direction. That is why a simple path has been placed before you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system. Each day you will be guided with a gentle prayer, a simple money step, and clear direction to help you regain control. Nothing overwhelming, nothing complicated. Just small faithful steps leading you toward peace and stability. If your heart feels ready, begin today. Do not delay this moment. The link is in the description and in the comments below. Second, closure. That thing that left you open, bleeding, unfinished. It will finally come to an end. Not by force, but by divine design. It'll feel like a full stop after a sentence you thought would never end. Third, connection. Someone whose soul is tethered to yours will be led to you. Yes, a divine counterpart. Whether it's love, friendship, or destiny, this person is part of your next chapter, and they've been searching, too. The courier will bring them closer than ever before. Fourth, confirmation. The dream you gave up on. It's alive and it's about to resurface, but this time it'll come with direction. You'll see how it all fits together. The pain, the delays, the waiting. Nothing was wasted. And finally, comfort. Oh beloved, the comfort. The kind that wraps around your soul and whispers, "You're safe now. You made it." But here's the truth Michael wants you to hear. Not everyone receives this kind of delivery. Only those who are called and only those who open. God does not waste scrolls on the unwilling. This one was sealed by light, guarded by angels, and timed to your exact heartbeat. That's how sacred you are. Now, listen closely. If you're wondering if this is really for you, if you're doubting, if you're worthy, know this. The fact that you are still here, still reading, still breathing through these words is the sign. You were meant to see this. There are no mistakes in divine timing. Not one. Every breath you've taken until now has led to this. This is your spiritual delivery. Not next week. Not someday. Now. And Archangel Michael is asking just one thing. Let it in. Don't push this away like you did the last sign. Don't silence your spirit again. Don't hide from the miracle because you've gotten used to the pain. You were never meant to carry it forever. You were only meant to learn from it. Now it's time to receive. Envelope with arrow. Final spiritual activation. If you've come this far, it means the courier is already near. Type 1M open in the comments right now. If your spirit is saying yes, that unlocks the final seal, let yourself be moved. Let yourself be blessed. Let heaven deliver what's already yours. Michael says, "Beloved, this is the final stretch. You are now standing between the old version of you and the one heaven always intended you to be. But the crossing over is spiritual. It doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you open. And I am telling you again, for the last time, the courier is steps away from your door. Right now, time is folding. The past is watching. The future is waiting. And the angels are holding their breath because this exact moment was written into the divine records long before you were even born. Yes, child. Before you took your first breath, heaven scheduled this exact divine appointment. You were meant to hear this message. Meant to wake up now, meant to finally say, "Yes, I accept what's mine." You've come too far to stop now. You've cried too many tears. You've been loyal to people who betrayed you. You've stayed quiet when you should have been protected. And you've walked through seasons that should have crushed you, but they didn't because you weren't alone. I, Michael, was with you. Every step, every dark night, every breakdown, you didn't see me, but I held your spirit. Now it's time to receive. And now I've been given full permission from heaven to release what you have been waiting for. But there's a catch. I can only release it if you say yes. Now you have seconds. That's not fear. That's divine reality. Heaven doesn't beg, but I have. I begged God to give you one more chance to receive this. I told him, they're not ignoring me. They're just tired. Give them one more sign. And this message, this is the final sign. God said, then tell them exactly what's coming. So here it is. Love letter 1, a restoration of everything you thought was lost. Love letter 2, a divine reversal of that painful decision someone made that hurt you deeply. Love letter 3, a person is about to tell you the truth they've been hiding, and it will heal everything. Love letter 4, a door that's been closed for years is about to open in front of you. Love letter 5, and your financial situation. It's about to be replaced with divine favor. Unexpected, unexplainable, but undeniable. But only if you don't ignore this moment. If you skip this again, the scroll closes. And once it's sealed, even I, Michael, cannot open it again. And there's something else. This secret courier, they are not coming alone. They are traveling with another presence. Someone you loved deeply. Someone who crossed over. They've been watching you, loving you, cheering for you. And when this message reaches you, their spirit is closer than it has ever been. You may feel their energy even now. A scent in the room. A sudden wave of emotion, a song playing randomly. That's not just a memory. That's them with the courier, because part of what's arriving is a message they never got to deliver in this life. And God, He allowed them to travel with the angel because this time He didn't want the message to be delayed. Can you feel it? Heaven is moving for you. So beloved, this is it. This is your crossing moment. And before I leave you, I need you to make a spiritual vow. You must not skip anymore. You must not hide from your own light. You must not let another human being distract you from your divine inheritance. I say this now with love and fire. You are too important to stay asleep. You are too chosen to keep pretending you're ordinary. Your gifts are rare. Your heart is powerful. And your spirit, it carries frequencies that awaken heaven itself. This is why the enemy tried so hard to distract you, to break you, to delay this very moment. But he failed because you're still here, still listening, still believing. Now take this final breath with me and repeat this in your spirit. I receive this divine message. I open my heart to the secret courier. I allow what is mine to finally arrive. I trust Archangel Michael and I surrender my doubts to the light, because this surrender, this final spiritual yes. It's the last piece the courier needs. Once you give it, they move. The miracle begins. The past ends and your real chapter begins. Dove type I am chosen below. If your heart has been touched, don't hide. Heaven is watching who accepts this moment. And beloved, when the courier knocks, please answer. Don't delay. Don't question. Just open. Because inside that delivery is the version of you you've been waiting your whole life to meet. And once you open it, your entire world will change. This is Archangel Michael, and I will now stand back because your miracle is here. The moment you finish reading this, the atmosphere around you will feel different. Don't be afraid of it. That's the veil thinning. That's the spiritual shift. That's your body and soul coming into alignment with a reality that was always meant for you but had been paused waiting for your yes. Archangel Michael is still near. He doesn't leave until the courier completes the assignment. So if you feel like someone is standing beside you, they are. If you sense peace where there was once chaos, that's real. If you suddenly feel like crying, cry. It means your spirit is recognizing its own truth. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are in the middle of a divine recalibration. And it's happening faster than you think. Within the next few hours, you may receive signs. A dream, a message, a call, a whisper so soft you almost miss it. But don't, because these are your confirmations. Heaven will not just send one sign. If you are truly ready, signs will flood in like a wave and Michael will be watching. And if you're tempted to think, what if I made this up? Pause. Ask yourself this. Would God to this much effort to reach a heart that didn't matter? No, beloved. He wouldn't. You matter more than you've ever known. And all of heaven paused for this exact moment because you are the chosen one. You may feel ordinary, but heaven sees you as extraordinary. You may feel forgotten, but you were handpicked for divine delivery. You may feel afraid, but angels surround you. And now you must live like someone who has already received their miracle. Because if you made it to the end of this message, that's exactly who you are. Dove, one last time, type, I receive this blessing. If you feel heaven has whispered to you, this is not goodbye. This is the beginning. The scroll has been opened. The seal has been broken. The courier is coming and your miracle already on its way. This is Archangel Michael with love, with light, and with a divine promise sealed in heaven. Amen. Beautiful. Let's extend the divine energy just a little further, giving your viewers a final surge of heavenly emotion. So when they finish, they don't just hear a message, they feel changed forever. Here's the sacred afterglow, the final continuation that wraps their soul in peace, reverence, and holy awe. Child of light, even though the message is complete, the presence remains right now. As you breathe, angels are walking the halls of your home. They're not loud. They don't need to be. Their energy is enough to push out fear, darkness, delay. You may feel the air shift. That's not just imagination. That's protection. That's the final layer of this divine delivery activating. Michael is quiet now. He has stepped back, but he is watching. He always does when a scroll is received. And heaven is waiting for your response. Not your words, but your heart, your choice. That silent agreement between your soul and the divine. You see, not everyone opens when called. Some hearts are too guarded. Some timelines are too loud. Some souls are too distracted to realize that the very moment they've been begging for is here. But not you. You stayed. You listened. You believed. And because of that, heaven is moving. The shift is already rippling through unseen realms. By the time you lay your head to sleep tonight, something will feel different. The way you breathe, the way you look at the world, the quiet certainty that something sacred has happened because it has. This is how miracles begin. Not with thunder, but with truth. Quiet divine irreversible truth. So tonight, leave the door of your heart open. The courier still may arrive in dreams. In whispers, in visions, you may wake up in the middle of the night with a word in your mouth. Write it down. That's the language of heaven. And when you feel overwhelmed, just remember this. You were seen. You were chosen. You were spoken to. That's not normal. That's not coincidence. That's proof that you are living in a divine script that cannot be erased. And this chapter, it will be your most beautiful yet. Glowing star. Final reminder. If your soul has awakened through this message, please type, thank you, Archangel Michael, in the comments. Let heaven see you. Let the angels mark you as open. And if you feel led to listen again, do it. Every time you do, another layer unfolds. Because this message was never just words. It was a key. And now that it's been turned, heaven is no longer silent. Watch what happens next. This is not just the end of a video. This is the beginning of your miracle. And Archangel Michael will be waiting when the courier finally knocks. My child, we run entirely on viewer support. If you'd like to help keep this mission and these messages reaching more hearts, you can support us with a coffee through the link in the description. God bless you.